Hi. Okay. I am just going to be starting to do a little bit more prep today. I'm going to start with making a species that one of the players put up, and then maybe make a second species just as a third hand. Maybe one of the players will play that one as well. And then a couple factions. And then if we have time, we're going to be starting the Cold War phase stuff, which is pretty much like the back and forth where each faction kind of works against each other and creates like background of the sector that we're playing in, and helps us come up with the offers for the contracts for the players and stuff. So what are we starting with now? First, the species stuff. So let's just go over to the book. Okay, so what we're looking at here is concept and all that sort of stuff. So now the player went through the setup and tried to figure out what they wanted out of a species. So we're going to just quickly fill this one in. So they wanted a tentacled character with 8 tentacled limbs and that sort of thing. It's chose carnivore, a couple other things like that. Okay, so don't think they knew all the different choices necessarily. Cool. So they want to go medium. Kind of wondering why they're going with that. Player didn't suggest any sort of concept for this. Yeah, so okay, that's kind of cool. Let's make that. Cool. So we don't have a name yet or a particular concept, but let's start with different kind of stats. So they want to go medium. Real big. So they just want a human-sized tentacle person. I don't think these are going to vary particularly much in length, but let's go with 1 point. Show you what I'm actually typing. That might be more interesting. Okay, so 1.5. 2. Not go too big. Maybe they vary a little bit. 1.75 meters. Okay. And let's come up with the build before we go with the mass. I think if you had tentacles like this, you probably come from a lower gravity. Which is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to be slim. That makes sense. Thus they should be a little bit slimmer. Okay, our range of is quite large. We will make them on the lighter side then. Let's go with 50 to 80 kilograms. Probably want to put a word in there so we know what that means. There we go. So number of limbs. Okay, so we look back at the book here, and the number of limbs, it's pretty much a die 10 roll. They wanted 8. I doubt they actually got to look at the book unless I left the book fully open because this is not in the opening section. Some of it is, some of the ideas, so is also in the commissioning section. So 8 limbs, they want 8 manipulators. Tentacles. It's not spell ready. I don't think I need math squad. I think I need a tentacles. Or I need a spelling squad. Terrible speller. Someone does so much writing, it's really weird, but just keep adding new words rather than learning to spell the old ones, because that's useful. Okay, so they wanted to be fleshy, like skin. I wonder if they saw these other choices. Okay, that works. They wanted no Annexia. That's kind of unfortunate. Want an exoskeleton or anything? Okay. Maybe I'll talk to the player about that. Find out. So, they went with none. And respiration. Oh, I know where they got all this stuff. They got all of this stuff from the character creator. Of course. Most of it's in there. Okay, let's roll a D100. Slash roll D100. $52. That makes them oxygen, carbon dioxide. Well, that's a little bit boring, isn't it? Let's make them CO2 breathers. Okay, that's a little bit more fun than just the same as the other species that we already have made. You know, humans at least have more than one kind of variant there. Every time I drag it around, I do that. Okay, consumption. They want to be a carnivore. Okay, well, that's fine. No rock eating for this group. Okay, gender strategy. They are looking at intersex. Cool. No, almost like I might have changed the, I haven't changed the sheet as much as I needed to. Interesting. Let's look at the character sheets. Double checking to see everything I'm seeing. Yeah, let's look at the character sheet and see what it is. Oh, this is Brian's character sheet. Oh. Yeah, interesting. Oh, they did choose conditional transition. So the idea with these is the entire species generally has the ability to under certain conditions, their gender changes for breeding purposes. You can decide as a player what that normally is. And, yep, they chose one of the species choices that isn't available for the sexes. So if this says actually male, female, female, male, be more correct. As you see here, because in multi-gender species, female, of course, is the base gender, because that's the one that produces the young. Okay, partition choice is, what did they choose? Did they choose anything? Live birth? Oh, no eggs. That's unfortunate. This would be a cool species to have eggs. We're gonna have to make up something with eggs, eh? Okay, and number young for live eggs is 1d6. They wanted 1, so they have 1 child at a time, just like humans tend to. Okay, they had a few traits of choice, and we need to name them, which should be a bit difficult. But okay, let's go. So I think on this world, maybe they have more than 1 species. So what is a good descriptor? What is octopus? Well, according to Wikipedia, it is the Octopus vulgaris. Really? Oh, that's boring. Okay, so I'm going to call this species Cepha sapiens aqua. And then I'm putting it in brackets for this one. Septox. The Septox. There we go. We have a species called the Septox. Isn't that cool? Okay. And there we go. As you can see, we have a species called the Septox. And I keep covering them up. And we just need some various things for them. We can do some of that on the fly. Let's come up with different traits. They want a climbing species. Interesting. That's 2 points. So point system here. That's locomotion. Hand, another 2 points. So they didn't. I wonder what they had. That was like a Bryant's sheet again. No, that's all in date. So. Cool. He probably did not know what these were. Did a decent job without knowing much. Hey, it means I may be right on hand. Okay, so he wants a lot of stuff to do with that, and well, I think they should be amphibious. So I'm going to make them amphibious. Can't have an octopus inspired species, is it? Amphibious. That's 3 points. And then we got climber. Why not? I should be able to climb. Species got lots of ability to move. That's 5 points right there. tell you one other thing. So they're not going to get the fine motor skills. They can't afford it. Radiation barrier, temperature, desert protection. That doesn't make any sense. Caustic coating. Maybe they're good at caustics. I think they should be good at. They should have a pressure shell. And I want to reflect that. I think they need a little bit of an exoskeleton. What sort of thing could that pressure shell be? Those are some of the things we do. We change it up a little bit. Okay, so let's come back to the book. So we can give him exoskeleton. Let's just give him a shell, an actual shell. So that'd be kind of cool, right? Player doesn't like this one, let's change it. But I think it's pretty cool. There we go. So now we got more of a squiddy kind of octopus thing with a shell on its head. It protects it from pressure, and it's pretty cool, right? Okay, so homeworld. So this would be kind of cool if this was the species that was from the articulum of Diomedes. Wouldn't it? So, we want their world to be pretty much one of the core worlds. So heritage stuff here. Okay, 3 interesting quirks of the species. Okay, we didn't come up with heritage for humans yet. Probably should do that. Okay, so let's do humans first. Humans are curious. We always do that one. That's always fun. Communal. Oh, of course. Or spell squad when I need them. Okay. Curious, communal, and what's another human trait? Aggressive? Let's do that. There's 2 G's in aggressive in there. Now it's 2 S's as well. Does look better. Okay. Boom. Curious, communal, and aggressive. Hairless primates. Okay. Let's do the heritage of Cephalsapiens. Oh, which is spelled wrong. 1 extra P. Let's make them ordered. Patient. And I don't want to do trusting or something less lame. I mean, they're going to be kind of cool, right? We want this to be a cool species. Maybe they're, what do we think? Ordered, patient. Orderly. I wish spell checking would work in this program. No, I just didn't need the freaking eye put in there randomly. Typo City. Okay, orderly, patient. Awful. Too good guy. Predatory. There we go. Screw the bureaucrats. Might be a little too. I mean, they're hairless primates, so. Builders. It's kind of cool. Squid-like builders. Okay, and let's come up with a homeworld and all that sort of stuff. Where are they from? Let's look up a couple things to figure that out. Okay. Alright, that makes a good word. I'm going to call their homeworld Tooth. And then, we need a name for their sector. Now this is a sector at the center of Orion. You know, the Cygnus sector, they're probably pretty close together. I don't want to call it Orion sector, so Orion would be weird. Doo-doo. Okay. Let's just call the Beatle. Batel sector Orion. There we go. Boom, done. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, should we just make up another one? Then we'll leave one free for the players to come up with something new. What short of species do we want to make? Is anybody around? Who? All alone. Okay, let's go to the beginning again. What don't we have? We need one specifically which came from the alternate sector. Okay, so they showed up from another quadrant, and what would they be like? I kind of rolled everything. Well, let's just roll some dice, eh? That's always fun. Okay, so on this, we're going to roll a d100. Ooh, 100. Well, maybe you gotta go with that. They're tiny? Really? Maybe we should use that for the build to make them square. Okay, that's kind of cool. We're gonna make some giants. Make them giant species. Really freaking big. Okay, so we got a giant species, and let's see what type of planet they come from first. Okay, I'll roll that again. 16. Oh, they're slim. Wow, they're gonna be tall, tall, tall. Okay, cool. Let's look at this instead. So they're slim. Oops, put it goes together. Okay, so they're slim. So the heights that we got listed for giant go up to 3 meters. They should always be really quite tall. So let's just, we'll do the top end of that. Okay, so 2.8 to 3 meters. These are massive species. They're not going to be out massive because they're slim. So, how much do you think they should weigh? Okay, so the general mass of a giant species goes from 100 to 360 kilograms. And they're slim, so they're going to be as close to the bottom, almost as close to the bottom as you can get, because they're a low gravity environment. So let's look around 150 kilograms. To 80 kilograms. 22 grams twice. Cool. Okay. So we're making a really interesting species here. How many limbs should they have? Let's do this randomly as well. Why not, eh? So we need to roll /roll 1d10 plus 1. 3. Wow, they got very few limbs. Cool, so they'd be super tall tripod species? Do we want that? Do we want a giant tripod species? Yeah, why not? Okay, so our giant tripod species. I'm making all their manipulators like this. I haven't decided if they should be tentacles yet or something. I don't know if I want multiple tentacle species. That might, I think we're gonna go with, let's go with 3 working limbs and 5 total limbs. I like that better. You can just change it how you want. Okay. But we shall roll our cutis up. So, what do we got going on here? So, /roll D100. Sort of craziness we're getting now, 26. Oh, we already got that twice. Yeah, I'll use that on the next chart. Keep rolling a different chart. Let's roll this chart then. 5. So they have calcified skin. That's cool. They're super tall with like calcification all in their skin, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, we're gonna like that. That's really neat, right? Okay, so you're gonna have calcified skin. And roll. And yeah, I'll use that 26 right now. They have calcified skin and feathers. Perhaps they have like this calcified skin with like feathers coming out of like scalp and all over their arms and stuff. That's really neat. Cool. I've never done one like this before. Okay, respiration. Let's do that. Okay, respiration. We got 60. That might be the common carbon dioxide again. I don't want another carbon dioxide. Ah, we already got one of those. We'll go with that for their consumption, maybe. Let's roll it again. 56. So yes, nitrogen, oxygen. They breathe nitrogen. That makes some sense, I guess. That'd be kind of fun. You know what? Let's make it nitrogen ammonia. I like the idea of them breathing nitrogen and breathing out ammonia. That's kind of fun. These are all gases that actually do cause catalyst functions and there's chemical reactions, so they are possible breathing gases for species out there in different worlds. I went through and I found them all. It was quite the search. Cool. And what do they want? What are we gonna have them eat? I think it's fine that they're omnivores. That's what we came up with. I should actually add calciphore to that. Eat bones. But we'll do that later. Write that down. Look up calcivore. Calcivores. Because that might be really neat. Bone-eating species. That's pretty fun. I mean, D&D's got bone-eating species. Why can't we? Okay, what is their gender strategy? Let's look that up as well. Bum bum bum. Random species. Oh. They're just monomorphs. They're asexual. So, good old monomorphic species with feathers and calcified skin. Totally normal. See that in every game, don't you? Which makes them asexual, because monomorphic species don't have reason for any sort of sexual differentiation because they don't do the sex. Okay, partition. Okay, how do they breed? What happens? Let's see. Might want to change this one depending on what we roll up. They just drop an egg? Cool, why not? External egg. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So we'll leave one species. We'll make that up with the players. And we'll finish off this species, give them some cool traits and stuff. And the number of young. I think I'm going to tweak humans so they're not just one, because lots of humans have others. I might have to change how I generate that. 2, 4 is the ordinary number of young humans have. 1 to 4. Okay. And number of young we have. This species is 2 by 10. I gotta put something in that field or it closes the field, makes it really hard to find. Okay, so slash roll. 2d10 according to my chart. 13. Okay. Let's make that a range. Roll that again. Range between 13 and 15. Wow, that's a lot. It's an odd selection of numbers too. but why not? That's fun. Let's just do that. Okay, 13 to 15. It's just slightly smaller number though. It's weirdly specific range. Go 850. There we go. Maybe when I'll redo this to, or 1-8 to this. So they just put a whole group of eggs up between 8 and 15 eggs down, and another one of them comes along and fertilizes it. No gender differentiation. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, so we need to come up with a name for calcium species. What would that be like? Oh, I have a viewer? Wow. I don't know if my... thing is working. Excellent. Okay, cool. We just need to come up with some traits and a name and everything for the species. So we got calcium-based species. So let's look up calcium. This is what I do. I just look at random stuff and use it for names. Because why not? Okay, so okay, so they're all Elka lattice sapien. Let's look at big list. We got this list right over here, which is ooh, some cool stuff. I mean, they come from a really, really light planet. I think they would live down low because that's where the pressure would be a little higher on a planet like this. No, I think they should be a double sapiens. They're the only species on their planet. They don't need to have a differentiation. Like perhaps the Cephalus sapiens aquus had a land version that doesn't exist, or maybe we'll make them exist. Maybe someone else will play that one too. That would be kind of fun. Okay, so now let's come up with some traits. Let's look in the traits. We'll come up with the homeworld after. Good traits done. Okay. What makes sense for these species? I mean, we could give them feathers, make them flyers, because, you know, the feathers sounds like a flying species. Climbing, fast jumper, natural weapons. Oh, definitely can give them some coatings and stuff. What? Let's go with the trope. They got, let's make it flyers. I mean, they got feathers, right? Everybody would be disappointed if they can't fly. So there you go. That's a 3-point. Maybe that's all it will give them. Won't give them any of these other things. Yeah, we can just give them a bunch of stuff because they're really good at radiation exposure and stuff. Maybe it's really, really dry on their planet. And get desert protection too. And temperature. Yeah, let's give them those 3 things. I get 3 of these things. Give them the desert protection. That makes sense. They have that calcified skin, right? Oh no, we can get 2 points. We can give them resilient. Yeah. Resilient would be awesome. They only get 2, but their calcified skin basically gives them armor. That's freaking cool, right? Boom, resilient. That's all they get. They get 2 big 3-pointers. Okay, so we got flying armored giants who fly around. Cool. And I'm half tempted to make them small because of the flying, but No, that's kind of neat. Maybe they have a really, really long set of limbs. Like little hands or something. Trunks. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I'll ask the players about that. Let's see what my one viewer thinks. What do you think? Should they, what should they look like? No answer. Okay, cool. Where do we... we have to come up with a place. So they are going to totally be from the Crimson Quadrant. So put that in. Let's give them a homeworld name. They come from a pretty small little rock. Let's look up a rock. Let's look up a limestone or something. Yeah, we'll come with argonite, calciate, minerals. No, nothing so obvious. Karst. There we go. That's a great name. It's a type of landscape or something. But it'll work as a name for a planet, won't it? Probably not even a planet. Probably a dwarf. I mean, it's got a pretty low gravity. Okay, so I should put in the G's on these. So Karst is pretty low G place, and it's in a sector far away, so I don't know if this even matters so much. Delon sector and Crimson. Here we go. Cool, look at this world building going on. Okay, still don't know what they look like, but let's quickly fill out this stuff about their build. It's sort of, they are thin, they come from a low gravity world. Okay, cool. Probably why they could fly on most worlds. When they can fly 1G, that's the whole flyer trait, so. Let's give their world a, let's make a choice. So I think it should be pretty low. And there you go. That's surface gravity G0. That's the position for surface gravity. Okay, and these other mediums. Okay, so I think their world should have a little bit more. So let's go with standard and go to the max. On their, oh, they're also from that. Okay, so let's they're low, but let's go closer to max for theirs. Okay, let's just go all the way up to 1.75 or 0.75 G. 0. Okay, cool. So we got 3 little species. What should we make these ones look like? Concept. Then slender. Space angels. They're space angels, aren't they? Oh, let's just put that in as a concept. Boom, done. Somebody's gonna want to play Space Angels. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Chalkies. Let's spell chalk. No, that's all totally wrong. Let's look it up before I get it all wrong. Chalky. Ah, no U or anything, it's LK. Wow. Should be obvious spelling, but never remember that one. Let's see, it seems. There we go. Chalky, slender, and tall avians. The variants, we'll fill that out as we go, but let's make up a heritage for them. So they make all these crazy knights and stuff. A lot of them are that because they make up most of the Tarnish and Dragon. They were old gold. They have a religion, looking for the return of their great prophet, and all that sort of stuff. They're the ones who started that society, and they are, I believe, pretty hegemonic out in the Tarnished Interregnum. Let's look at that. Okay, where is it? Yeah, they're imperious. That means they only have a couple species that are going to be at the top, and the rest are down at the bottom. Okay. So let's put haughty. Look at that. I can find another word I know how to spell every day. There you go, haughty. Let's go with noble. Let's go with nice words. Noble. Pure. No. Civil. Spelled it right the first time. Civil and I don't know if they're that aggressive. Maybe they are slow, like a laid back. No, like they're not cautious, but you know, like slow to react. I explain a lot. What would that be called? React. What's that word called? Deliberate. Yeah, they're deliberate. They're a very deliberate species. Okay, these are species traits, so it's gonna be lots of them are not. Move that down here. Noble, civil, and deliberate. Okay. That are 3 species in this world. The Cassini setting, Cassini sector, has Homo sapiens sapien, has humans, Septox, and oh, we need Need to make sure we have a short form for this, because who's going to want to call it Alicatus sapiens sapiens? Nobody's going to want to call it that, so... Alcalis. No. Alicus. Then maybe change this a little bit. Let's call it Alatus. Alatus. That's fine. Alatus. We have the Alatus species. There you go. 3 species. No waiting. And we'll probably make up a new one, hopefully during the game tonight. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's make up a couple factions to flesh out our stuff. So we could make up the House of Illyria first, or we could make up the other one. So this is technically part of the Cold War phase. Or part of the campaign creation. Ah, here's the inner politics chart that I hadn't filled out yet on any of these. So each society has this sort of okay, so let's do this. So the first one, I think Tarnish Interregnum should be very isolated. That's why they're falling apart so much. So let's just stick it in here. Boom, isolated. There we go. I missed that when I was going through last time. And the Independent Peoples of Seoul, they're far more competitive with each other, I think. I'll show you the list. Yeah, you're looking at the list. Good. Okay, so they're going to be competitive. And then the Articulum of Diomedes. We haven't done a lot with them yet. They are kind of on the back burner, but I think they should have a very formal hierarchy, because they are the central power, and the reason they took over was they were the bureaucracy for Old Gold. So it would make sense that they were still that formal and that bureaucratic. So let's definitely put bureaucratic as a cultural trait. And let's get some cultural traits in for them. I can never smell bureaucratic on the first go. Just can't do it. Always get mixed up in all the U, R, E, A, U, and the extra U. It's just, I don't know, one of those words. Oh, right now you're probably thinking I can't spell any words. You're probably right on that front, but bureaucratic. We don't want to make it total sticks in the mud. What are they besides bureaucratic? Maybe they are knowledgeable. They're curious. Maybe mischievous. That's a fun twist. Oh, seriously? Come on. Oh, forgot the S. That was the problem. Of course, I must like it better. And, kind of want them to be kind of ruthless. Maybe just unforgiving. Yeah, it's like making them unforgiving. Like they remember forever everything that's done against them. So we're talking a bureaucratic, mischievous, and unforgiving species. So they never got over what old gold did to them. That sort of setup. That's kind of cool, right? Okay, let's make up that House Illyria. So what is the concept for House Illyria? We got 3 societies. I don't see any reason to create a new one. I might create a new one during play. We have only 2 prevalent languages currently spoken out of the 4. So no Belix and no Inax. It's just not very common. So we're going to probably be using the others quite a bit. So I'll probably end up having to make at least 1 more society. That means the other 2 quadrants, the way these prevalent languages goes, 1 for each quadrant. So Ryan is the one we're in. That one, the core language, is spoken by both the Tarnishing Trident and the Intermittent Peoples of Sol. And the Articulum of Diomedes. But the Tarnishing Trident speaks Skria from the Crimson Quadrant. And we don't have anyone from the other 2. So yeah, we're definitely going to need some people from the other 2. So I'll probably have to create a society for that. An interested society for that. Maybe even 1 more after that. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to make up one for Skria. Which interchat language do we want them to speak? Well, this list is just for Earth, so it's kind of useless. We'll have to make up one for the House of Valeria. And we need like a library language or something. I think something that sounds kind of Greek. That'd be kind of cool, right? Right, like something that sounds like ancient Greek or something like that. That'd be kind of neat. Okay, so we're right now creating that sectoral language for them, and we're gonna call it Phenonym. So that is the sectoral language that the House of Valeria speaks, Phenonym. Boom. Okay, cool. So the concept for this is a grand house of some sort. We don't really have an archetype yet for them, but we do want to make them... What fits? What type of house is this? Are they guild house? Military house? Maybe just as a house or like an order or a state agency? I think state agency. They're a super formal group, so let's say a state agency. That will really hit the bureaucratic edge, which means that they get culture, military, and navy, which would be important when we do the Cold War phase. It means they have cultural, military, and naval influence. So they have ships and troops and like various types of bureaucrats and government officials and that sort of thing to use in the Cold War. Okay, what sort of attitude do they have towards their main group? I think they're pretty supportive. Let's make it a little stereotypical, and we'll make another one different. We'll make them an advocate. So they're advocates of their society. They just want to make their society running things and be better. Okay, so this group's almost done. We just need a concept for them. I think they are a I think they're a house that's responsible for development of the Selene system, or Selene sector. House and colonization of and give more than one. Until and Renard. Sectors. So they're a little overscoped. Somehow I spell responsible. Oh, I put an extra A in it. Of course. Of course I did. Wouldn't want to spell things correctly. It's only more embarrassing if I spell it completely wrong all the time, no matter how simple the word is. Oh, it's because I spelled it in Canadian. See, there's the extra issue. I don't know why, but that is responsible for development, colonizing Cassini, Quantel, Renard sectors. So they're just, that's the sort of thing they're in charge of. So we gave corporate headquarters a new titan. So let's look at our map. Where do we want their headquarters to be? Often I do this afterwards, but in the hub. Let's put them in the hub. That makes sense. That's where they're. Okay. Oh, where's New Titan? PN34. Should include that on this list. Okay, so let's go back to the house. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, headquarters. Station C. C01. There we go. So they're just at the hub station, which it looks like the house. I'd say are taking ideas, almost creative namers. So they just called it station C01. C01. There you go. Got a house. Boom. Faction. Instantly. Pretty quick. Okay, so we need a few more. Should we give them another house? A military house or something? I think our group is very interested in the independent peoples of Seoul, so we definitely want to give them another faction on that front. So what sort of other kind of earthy group faction are we going to come up with here? Let's roll. Let's roll some dices. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want all that. Let's roll a D100. Boom. 87. That's a state agency? We got a state agency. Let's re-roll that. Or something different next time. 61. 61. It's a movement. That's kind of interesting. Some sort of, yeah, political movement. That might be kind of fun. Okay, so... Okay, maybe they're like an independence movement or something. Maybe this is a chance to have a free sector. Maybe they were rebels. Let's look at our attitudes. Should we roll that up? Well, the first thing I did roll was a 7, which is rebellious. Let's make a rebellious movement. That's pretty fun. Okay, cool. Yeah. See, you make rolls, you don't have to use them in order. There we go. So they are a rebellious movement. Okay. And that gives them, what is their influence as a movement? Culture, military, and navy. Ooh, it's exactly the same as state agency. Huh, it's almost like movements are the opposite of state agencies or something. Maybe they are. Maybe I designed it that way. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's a typo. I'll look at that later. Okay, so... Okay, let's come up with a sectoral language for them. Okay, so there's a sole one, so my current list does have a bunch of languages in it. I got an idea. Let's make them Spanish. I don't want to do. I could do French. That might be fun. Let's do that. French. Make it French and Spanish. Why not even 2 languages? It's fun. They're like kind of European group. That might be kind of cool. Okay, so, and their headquarters. Okay, so we need to give them with a name for these and a concept. I think we're looking at some sort of French rebellion. Their new names, maybe they take their name from the whole French resistance thing. That would be kind of fun. The Maquis, that's only a bit done. Okay, let's look at Spanish resistance then. Okay, they're also called the Spanish Maquis. Wow. Exiled during the Spanish Civil War. Wow, the Maquis are pretty well used. Oh, interesting. They also use Maquis for the same reason. Okay. Okay, we'll just do it. It's fine. Let's give him a color. Okay, what? amber maki, bakoko, khaki, okra maki, sepia. Okay. Ginger. Everybody hates a ginger. We're gonna go with that sort of thing. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about with names, man. Always spending way too much time thinking of names. What is French for ginger? That's interesting. Oh. Okay, so... let's take out the French, or the Spanish part. Let's go with French organization. Marquita Rue. Marquita Rue. Okay, Marquita Rue, and then we're gonna make them, let's call it a People's Revolutionary Group. People's Revolutionary Group. There we go. Sweet. Okay, cool. Should we come with another Earth one? Yeah, okay. Let's come with one more. Because I think we want to use a lot of this. So let's roll another D100. What do we got? 47. 74. An order. Oh, that's kind of spooky. Okay, what sort of order do we want? I think they should be like a secret order. That'd be kind of fun. Cool. Here we go. Secret societies in London. Name it after one of those. a Golden Dawn. Can't do that. Okay, so that's kind of a cool name. So, opus something. What do we want? Let's go with the precious stone of some sort. That'd be fun. Good name. What's a cool name? Opus amber? No, it's silly. So what sort of stones do we want? Come on with the magic, some sort of stone to name it after. List of gemstones, here we go. Let's just call it Sapphire Order. Cool. So we're definitely gonna make them an order. What's that beginning? What's this Sapphire Order want? They sound mysterious. We'll be coming up with agendas for them all later. I mean, they can't be entirely based on just their basic agendas. So that's why it's not done at this point. Like all, they got a bit of technology. Cultural technological groups. Not big into ships. Okay. That is supposed to be over here. What's their attitude? Are they ambitious? Yeah, I think they're ambitious. I don't think they're actually trying to... They're trying to take over. Ambitious organization of some sort. Okay, so oh, what are they? So like a society. What are they like? I think they should be not religious. They're a word for society. Maybe they should be Institute. Sapphire Institute. Okay, so let's make them the scientific. Oh, they're a think tank. Think tank. Think tank. And network of lit. They're really, what are they? They're really an alliance? No. Ah, this always happens. What are they? They're like a syndicate of like, they're like a scientific institute. That's not really what they are though. What are they? They're like a utopian. They're like a utopian group of some sort, like a utopian organization. Organization and think tank pushing utopian ideals. Okay, so we got a couple of factions. Do we need another one from the Tarnished Interregnum or just the religion? Do we want like a knights group or should we bring that in later? Another house might be cool. Let's go with another house. Okay. 98. A university. A house of learning. That's kind of interesting. I just thought of that. Of learning. Literally a house of learning. It's like a noble house that's all about learning and study. Wow, these sound like the good guys. What's their attitude do they have towards their group? Maybe they're a little activist or something. Part of the formal grouping of their gals. What sort of attitude do we want? Well, I think it makes interesting sense to have them activists. I might make a criminal group too, probably out of Seoul as well. Okay, so it's House of Learning, University Activists, their influence as a university is culture, economy, and technology. Nothing about ships or anything there. There we go. Okay, so... And they also need a language. Do they also speak Phenom? Let's have them speak. Regillian. Right? We gotta have Regillian as a language. That's cool. It's pretty. Your chat is Regillian. And let's have them. Their headquarters should be also. Let's have it on New Titan. Okay, so it's the Institute. And there it comes. What are the Institute for? What's a good name for a university? Let's call it Institute of New Titan. Oh, I put an extra I in it as usual. That's actually called the University of New Titan. UNT! Okay, cool. So, we need a good list of philosophers to name this house after, eh? So, ooh, nobody's gonna know these names. Okay. So the house of Sosiprata. House of Sosipatra. There we go. House of Luria, the house of Sosipatra. Sosipatra is based in the University of New Titan. Call it Sosipatric University on New Titan. There we go. That's cool. Okay, I want a criminal organization. Criminal organization would be super fucking cool. Let's have it out of Earth. Oh, we never came up with a language of Sapphire Order. I think they should speak English. And where's their headquarters? We need headquarters for the Marquis Route. I think we'll come up with that during the Cold War phase. I just had good ideas for the other ones. And let's come up with a criminal organization. Okay. So we already know that they're going to be attitude is going to be criminal. So that's Let's just put that down there. They just are criminals, man. Are they a criminal corporation? What are they? Criminal church? Ooh, criminal fleet? That sounds like pirates. Okay, let's just roll this randomly. Boom. 83. What is 83? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's roll again. 43. Criminal media group? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. It could be a criminal media group, like a propaganda group or something. It's sounding a bit like our rebels right now, though. They're like hackers. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's put that in our concept right now. Hacker mafia. Yeah, cool. We'll have like a hacker mafia group in there. That's really freaking cool. Even with that. Okay, influence of media groups is culture, economy, and technology. Maybe they want to control make sure there's open concept software everywhere or something. Ooh, maybe they're into AI. Hacker mafia and AI. Not like a church. AI enthusiasts? AI... Make them kind of fanatics. Yeah, they're kind of fanatical. Fanatical AI people. That's kind of cool. Okay. They need a totally, like, kind of human thing. Like, post-human kind of setup. Yeah, let's just change that a little bit. Keep changing this. Post-human fanatics. So yeah, they're about uplifting and stuff. Let's call them like the uplift group or something. Let's look up hacker groups. Lizard Squad? That's pretty lulsec. Ooh, sec is kind of cool. Let's call them post media. Is post media a thing? I hate it when people are like, oh, it's just like that group, post media. Post Media Network is actually a Canadian corporation. Okay. Yeah. Post Media. Okay, so they're going to be post-human media group. Post-human media is wow. They should have some crazy name like The Beyond or something like that. cultural posthuman plus transhumanism. I don't know, like the AI takeover. Shouldn't use the word human too much, but okay, I have an idea. What about this? Okay, so we're talking MetSec. So MetSec is a hacker mafia and post-medium fanatics. They're going to be all about AI and future stuff. That's going to be kind of cool. Okay, so what language do they speak? It should be something really weird. Human languages. Maybe they don't have sectoral language. Maybe they're super spread out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what sort of language they should speak. They should speak, maybe that's why they're criminal. Maybe they speak actually an alien language or something. That might be kind of neat. They're kind of into aliens? No, that'd be silly. Okay, how about, some speak Hindi. That's a pretty common language. Ooh. Okay, so cool. Oh, I know what I'm gonna call them. That's a better name. It's got a little bit of cultural jazz in it. I'm gonna call them the 8th Avatar. The 8th Avatar is a really cool name. I want to be a member of the 8th Avatar now. They sound like criminals. I'm probably going to have some of my people trying to change their factions to these because we came with some cool stuff. Okay. Cool. So there we go. We got factions. We got lots in one because that society is super interesting to the players. And then we got a little bit in the Seekers of Return and House of Luria and the House of Sosapatra. And then we get these three here. We got a corporation, a revolutionary group, an ambitious order who's pushing utilitarian ideals, and the 8th Avatar hacker media fanatics and stuff. So they can, all their activities can be all like, oh, this happens on the data flow and this crazy thing happens. So that'll be really cool. I don't have headquarters for them all, but that'll be part of this next stage. So I'm going to take a bit of a break, not too long, 10 minutes, and then I'll come on back and maybe we'll start the Cold War stuff. Cool. Well, see you later.